Okay, look at what we got to ride today. Oh, man. So, this beautiful MT-09, listen to me, give this guy a follow. Built Moto, go to his YouTube channel, look at all the stuff he's done to it. He did the rims, had those painted, did the tank. Look at that two-tone. Oh, man. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thing. He did buy the full Acra from us. And just know, guys, if you do need anything, MotoBros.net. If you don't see it, we're a small shop. We can get it. Call us. We'll send it to you. Very easy. But yeah, so as we've said before, you've seen in a couple of our other videos, we do have amazing members and amazing customers that allow us to ride these motorcycles. So I was thinking today, I was like, how am I going to do stuff like this? I don't want to tell you the CCs and blah, blah, blah. Everybody does that. So what we're going to start doing is we're just going to give you, is it a daily? Would I buy it? And I need to think of a third thing. There needs to be three things that really set it apart for the riders if you're actually thinking about getting one of these. But listen, do your research. Go test ride one. Go test ride one. There's plenty of options now. If you can't find one at the dealership, go on Rider Share, look on there. If you find it, rent one for a day for $50 or whatever it is. So you can find some of ours on there. The R1M's on there. We have a Grom on there. We have the Scrambler on there. So definitely a couple bikes on there that you guys can rent and just see if you like them. So other than that, let's take it for a ride and let's talk about it and see how this girl goes. So already right off the bat, the tank's kind of big, but let's see what we got, you know. Let's do it. Forgot my gloves. Dude, I hate it when I do that. But nice slow review, not our motorcycle. We'll just tell you what we think of it. So couple things. Already the display, because these are the things that I pay attention to right off the bat. The display, very, very nice. Very easy to read, and it's like there's no glare. So the sun is right behind me. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's no glare. Obviously my body's covering it, but I expect more glare because the sun is behind me, and it's perfect. I can see that as clear as anything. So this picks up really well too. Man, that is it sounds good too. I always like Acra, you know. That is freaking awesome. You know what? I can tell why so many people like these motorcycles. Oh, dude, I'm still blipping. Oh, that's why. I was shifting. I was like, what the hell? It's... Okay, so the great thing about this is just the gratification of this. Not having to use this, especially if you're a street rider. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Ah, look at that. And then, oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. That auto blip and quick shift. Look at that. I'm blipping the throttle. You know, when you're old school, you can't really get out of the habit. You can't get out of the habit of that, man. I'm still wanting to pull the clutch. I'm such an idiot. So it feels good. The seat's comfortable. I'm sitting up. So now I can tell you this. My back does not like it when I sit straight up and down. I'm so used to this position on every single bike, tucking in on everything I can. I don't, it's not for me, I don't think. I think my back's probably not used to it. Maybe when I get a little bit older, you know? Maybe when I'm struggling to pee, maybe that's when I'll change my riding style. What a beautiful motorcycle. You can can test out the brakes. Let's see. Not bad. Not bad at all. The only thing that I wish that Yamaha paid attention, I mean, I know they paid attention to it, probably cost them a little bit too much money. Yeah, this is going to be enjoyable because it's up down, up down, up down, up down. So what I was saying is the only thing that I know they paid attention to it, but it probably costs a little bit too much, is when the R6s had the Brembo master cylinder. Now, it was a production master cylinder, but it was still better than the Nissans that come on these motorcycles, dude. Those things were amazing. I wish they could just work out some sort of deal to have that there. The brakes are good on this, but I know they can be better. And obviously you can get an RCS 19 and put braided lines and stuff like that in different pads, but you need good brakes. And these are decent. They're just, I can already tell it's not where they should be. This is enjoyable, I can already tell you. And right off the bat, it's easy to ride. Very, very comfortable. I'm not a fan of the upright sitting. I might be one of the few that talks about this. I'm not a fan of the upright sitting. Now, granted, I don't ride my bike for like 19 hours in a row. But I'm not a fan of sitting upright. I need to be over the front wheel. That's where I like to be. Over the front wheel and trying to control the madness that is a motorcycle. Oh man, I was going to take that. I'm still blipping the throttle like a moron, but it is what it is. I'd rather be safe than not, because you tend to, like, if you're riding, this is regular shift, if you're riding somebody's bike, you sometimes get confused, and I don't have time for it, you know what I'm saying? Plus, again, not my motorcycle, and taking it easy, you know, not doing crazy stuff, watching what you're doing. Play with that clutch a little bit. I mean, God, it is enjoyable. I really do like this. I'm not a fan of how big this tank is. It's a little bit too much for me, but I think after like a day or so, you'll probably get used to it. I can feel it's kind of in my way a little bit, but that's just because I haven't ridden, and that's happened with me with multiple bikes. You know, when I used to race Honda and then switch to Yamaha, and then obviously had Suzuki as well. You just have to get used to where your foot goes and how the bike actually feels, and you need to have a personal setup. Here's a big thing that we're going to talk about when we're riding bikes like this, is setup. So like right now, I'm having to fight the bike to make that turn. You shouldn't have to fight it. It should just glide into the corner. So the setup is okay. It's not my motorcycle, so it shouldn't be set up for me. But the rider I know is almost the same weight as me, so he should actually either come to us or take it somewhere and get it set up. It makes the difference. It really, really does. It makes the difference. This way you can control it. It slides into corners. It makes the ride more enjoyable when you're set up. Like things that riders don't do. And now I'm getting really off topic because we should really be talking about the motorcycle, but there's a couple things that make the ride. Man, the braking, so braking is not bad at all. Anyway, before I jump over into the 9 million things, what makes the ride is the setup, where your levers are, how's the shifter. You know, you guys can adjust everything up here. So that's another major problem which we're going to get into, but as of right now, this bike feels pretty dang good. I honestly, having this as a daily, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have this as daily. Would I own one of these? I would. It picks up nicely, the exhaust sounds nice, and you guys know Akrapovic always sounds good, so yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice. I was wondering why the customer was raving about this bike so much. And obviously he's putting all the work into it. It is very nice. It's enjoyable to ride. You know, my back's still not liking the upright position, but I think we can get used to it. Yeah, having to fight it a little bit, but I like it. It really, really is a very, very nice motorcycle. The only thing that I do notice, here's a very big thing that you guys really do need to pay attention to. So let's go through the three things. Would I own it? Yeah, I would own it. Is it a daily? It is a daily. Little damn bucket in the middle of the road. Jesus. Is it a daily? For sure. This would be a hellishing amount of fun to be back and forth from work, because it's a wheelie machine. It literally is power. It's on gas, off gas, on gas, off gas. It is really enjoyable. The other thing, is it a new rider? So I'm gonna go with no on this particular model, which is the MT-10. The reason I'm gonna go with no on this model is, one, it's got a lot of power, but the main reason is when you're taking off, because it's a wheelie machine, it's got a lot of torque, the front wheel gets light. Now, for a new rider, that is definitely not the greatest feeling. And I'm hoping you guys really understand what I'm saying, is the front end gets light. And what that can do is that can cause either a tank slap for a new rider, or just a little bit of lapse in judgment, and it just causes a whole lot of havoc. If you're a new rider, you probably want to stick with something like the MT-07, just a little bit lower until you get used to the power of one of these things. Because I mean, dude, it's no joke. Like, this is just go, and the front end gets light, and you've got to know how to control it. If you can't, you're going to run into problems. That's the only reason of why I would not recommend this to a new rider. And it's a big thing that getting your when it gets light on the front end and you move the wheel, it causes issues. So for me, I would say this is not a new rider motorcycle. Go with the model just underneath this, and you know, see how you like that. Yeah, just get used to the feeling. Get used to the feel of how I promise you won't notice the difference until you're actually on one of these. We headed back to the shop. I just want to say thank you to Built Moto. Listen, if you guys haven't already, go give him a follow. You can see he's doing a lot of stuff with this motorcycle. He's got a lot planned. You can see he installed stuff. You can see the wrap. So just go give him a follow. I really appreciate him letting me ride this motorcycle. Ah, dang it. Got stones flying off the back of that thing, man. Jesus. All right. Alrighty. So, not bad at all. I definitely like this motorcycle. Lots and lots of fun on that guy. There she is with her full glory. Thanks to Built Moto. Give him a shout out. Thanks, guys. Later.